Hello and welcome to the July 25th episode of This Week in Kirkland, the official podcast of the City of Kirkland, bringing you timely topics and noteworthy news delivered to you every week. I'm your host, Jim Lopez, one of two deputy city managers here at the city, joined today by two members of our podcast team.
Hello, I'm Sue Romero.
And David Wilbrecht.
As well as our special guest, Gena Jain.
Hello, great to be here.
Well, it's great to have you back. I think this is the fourth time.
Sure
You're
is.
leading the pack, Gena.
Wow.
She likes us.
And for good cause. Yeah, for good cause. You're so much fun. And very informative. Fun and informative. That's a winning combination. And we're excited to hear all about the Bring Your Own Cup program. We're going to talk about that today. But before we do, here are the topics we're covering this week.
A few announcements. We have a couple of major road closures to be aware of.
Yeah,
so
we
you
have
wanna,
a lot of that.
You want to listen in on that. Houghton Beach remains closed, in case you didn't know. The latest from our youth transit ambassadors. And make sure to get your King County ballots in on time.
Yeah, election coming up.
Some tips on how to apply for a Kirkland board or commission, getting emergency prepared, also some tips on respecting wildlife in and around Kirkland, and some travel safety tips.
Yes, and a reminder that, as always, we have the links and more information in our show notes for all of our items. It's a really wonderful resource. We hope you use it. But first, everyone, our big story of the week. This week was the launch of our hashtag Kirkland Pet Tags monthly contest.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Now, Mayor Curtis's Pippi and Councilmember Pascal's Tucker.
Oh,
Yeah. They're taking the spotlight with grace.
yeah, their dogs are so cute.
So
and,
cute.
And you can check them out. So what is this all about? Well, each month we will hold a contest where the winner will receive a $50 Kirkland cash voucher.
Oh, that's good.
Yep, and all you have to do to enter is take a selfie with your pet or a picture of your pet and make sure their license tag is showing and use the hashtag Kirkland Pet Tags.
Now, we will, of course, verify and reach out to the winner using their pet license information.
Yeah, and if you need to renew or sign up for a pet license, you will receive $15 in Kirkland cash. If you do it today, or whenever you're listening to this, we will have a link in the show notes.
Yeah, and Kirkland Cash is really wonderful. You spend it at a Kirkland business.
Yeah,
Right? It's
great
real
way.
money for Kirkland businesses. Okay, heads up, Northeast 85th Street at I405 will be fully closed in both directions this weekend.
That is a major, major closure.
Yes.
So this begins 11 p.m. on Friday night and lasts through the weekend until 4 a.m. Monday morning. So you will not be able to go on 85th at 405.
Yeah, so noted for your Costco run this weekend.
Exactly.
Crews will be working to build new I-405 bridge columns on Northeast 85th Street, and this is not a small feat, hence this full closure.
Yeah, now the project website has detour information and all the project details on it. So please
Check that out.
check that website out for all the specifics. So also, Juanita Drive will be closed for a week starting this upcoming Monday, July 29th.
Yeah, all traffic will detour around Northeast 128th and 132nd Streets up on Finn Hill.
And those closures will be from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., so please plan accordingly and drive safely. The detours will be all finished Friday, August 2nd.
Yes, August 2nd. Okay, King County is recommending that people and pets stay out of the water at Houghton Beach for at least one more week.
King County Public Health tested the water and found continued elevated levels of bacteria, and by bacteria we mean, goose poop, people poop, stuff like that.
They will be back to test the water next week, and we'll share the results late next Tuesday. And just a reminder, although water activities are closed, the rest of Houghton Beach Park remains open.
Yeah, so go and enjoy the park. Just don't go in the water.
That's right.
Yeah, so the next meeting of the Kirkland City Council is on Wednesday, August 7th.
Yeah, so this is one of those uncommon months where there's an extra week between the council meetings, meaning...
More information about the August 7th meeting will be included in next week's podcast.
And please note, the council meeting is moved to Wednesday because council takes part in National Night Out, which we've mentioned on the podcast, which happens during the regularly scheduled Tuesday meeting time.
It's on August 6th.
August 6th. So hopefully you can get involved in National Night Out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get out and meet your police and
Police
fire.
and Fire and the council. So the youth transit ambassadors are making some fun and creative videos to help the community learn how to use public transportation. Y'all should check out the latest video by our youth transit ambassador, Tanushree.
Yeah, Tanushree makes it look so seamless. She even starts crossing out some of the transit bingo cards. Did you know?
We have transit bingo
We have
cards?
transit bingo. Yeah. Oh, Gena knows about this.
Do you know that?
She's nodding her head. Have
She
you
does.
played transit bingo?
Not yet,
Oh,
but I'm going
okay.
to because
No.
it looks awesome.
She knows some extra info about the youth transit ambassadors.
Wow.
What were you sharing earlier before?
They make some great videos, and they just put out their newsletter, and it was talking about taking prom using transit.
Oh, my
and I
gosh.
was like, that's wonderful.
That is so cute.
Wow. Taking
Nice,
transit
safe way to
prom.
do the
Heck
prom.
yeah.
How far do you have to go on the bingo card?
We'll cover that in a
Total
future
blackout,
podcast.
Jim.
She's like, I gave you the bingo. Let's move on.
All right. As a reminder, if you're under 18, you can get a free youth Orca card to ride transit.
And the Kirkland Youth Transit Ambassadors are helping the city reach its sustainability strategic plan goal of increasing weekly transit ridership by 10%.
So good on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Youth Transit Ambassadors.
Last week, Deputy Mayor Jay Arnold reminded us of that well-known Hamilton phrase, being in the room where it happens. That was fun. Mm-hmm. If you're interested in being in the room where it happens, hey, maybe you want to join a Kirkland Board of Commission.
Yeah. Do you have enthusiasm for design and the look of our buildings and development? How about transportation and how we move about the city? Maybe you have a passion for travel and bringing tourists to our wonderful community.
We've got something for you. Design Review Board, Transportation Commission, or Tourism Development Committee. Applications are due by 4 o'clock on August 12th. Positions for the Tourism Development Committee will be open until filled, and interviews will be scheduled with the City Council at a time and date to be determined later.
And if you're not quite ready to make the leap, but really curious about how to dive deeper into all things the City of Kirkland,
Hey, do the Kirkland Initiative.
Yeah.
Information now via the show notes on the city's website.
yeah, take a look at that because classes are starting in late September, and it's a perfect way to learn more about our city.
To get involved.
Yeah, to get involved. Speaking of turns of phrases, my friends, our Office of Emergency Management staff is taking the phrase, meet them where they are, quite literally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Our emergency management staff, who are responsible for monitoring regional conditions and mitigating risk in our community, love connecting with you and the community.
You can catch staff giving away prizes as well as some helpful information at the Kirkland Wednesday Market and Friday Juanita Markets this summer.
And also, actually, the fire department will be there with them giving out safety tip information and fire prevention information.
Awesome.
So you can get your little ones involved with emergency preparedness by joining our Parks Department's Wreck and Roll.
Wreck and Roll,
Fun.
everybody.
Yep, when they get some great supplies. Kids participate in a build-a-bag activity and make their own emergency supply kits.
Yeah,
So
that's
important.
Great stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You should have received your King County election ballot in the mail, everyone.
We did.
So a quick reminder that ballots are due August 6th at 8 p.m., and that would be 8 p.m. sharp.
I don't recommend waiting
No.
until then because the parking lot here will be really full.
Yeah, and that's
really
a good
bad.
comment to give to me, actually.
You're right. So Kirkland has 2 ballot drop boxes, one right here at City Hall and one at Kingsgate Library.
And to learn more about candidates and measures, view your voter registration information, and to track your ballot, visit King County Elections.
So whether you're out at a Kirkland park in your backyard or out on a hiking trail in the mountains, know what to do if you encounter some of our non-human neighbors.
Yeah, so give animals space. In general, wild animals react to your presence if you are too close.
Yep.
And sometimes that reaction can be quite aggressive.
Also, store your food and stash your trash. Urban and wild animals are attracted to easy food. So I'm from Alaska, right? So we used to have bears digging in our trash can all the time.
Jeez.
We just didn't go outside. But if you were walking down the street and saw a bear, you just kind of made a lot of noise, backed away. Yeah.
Good practice for sure. And do not disturb wildlife. So, Sue, like in your example, it's helpful to like let them know you're there, but don't get all up in their business. So even when you're farther away, leaving wildlife alone can help your viewing experience and keep you safer.
And you don't want to do what I did.
What's that, Jim?
When my kids were young, when we went on a camping trip. And I kind of forgot to take dinner off the table.
Yeah.
Now, you could say that's kind of remarkable, Jim. But remember, I'm the guy who camps in my loafers. So some raccoons paid us a visit that night.
Yeah. Ninja bears.
Ninja bear.
Yeah, they came in and were like, thank you very much.
I think they were having a party. It was like, I think they sent invitations.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway,
Well,
good tips to follow. And if you plan to get that adventure somewhere else, although really, why does anyone leave the Pacific Northwest?
Yeah, why
in the
would you?
summer?
Yeah, it's the best kept secret. Mm-hmm.
Here are some tips for traveling safely.
Yeah, you want to plan for unexpected health and travel issues. So check your insurance ahead of time to see what your coverage looks like.
Yeah, and depending where you're going, be sure to follow water safety recommendations. So we're talking swimming, boating, diving. Particularly watch for riptides and currents. We don't have those much around here.
Yeah, it's a good tip.
Yeah, but those can take you away from shore in seconds.
And of course, we've had lots of sunny weather, so protect yourself from the sun no matter where you are by applying sunscreen. Remember, you can get a sunburn even if it's cloudy.
Yeah.
That's right. Good tips.
And that brings us, my friends, to our 5 over 5. That would be 5 questions in what is certain to be over 5 minutes with our very special guest, Gena Jain.
Yay,
Welcome, Gena.
Gena.
Thank you.
Now, Gena, you're an environmental education and outreach specialist.
That's right.
Could you remind us again what you do?
Sure. I have the pleasure of promoting water conservation tips to community members, as well as waste reduction and education. So lots of fun ways to do things for the environment and for your community.
Fun and important.
Mm-hmm.
The way I interpret that, Gena, is when someone asks you, what do you do for a living? You can legitimately say, every day I wake up, I go to work, and I do materially beneficial things to save our planet.
Well, that sounds better than trash talking. But
And in doing so, I engage in some trash talking.
yeah.
Come on, that's pretty
I
good.
like that explanation better.
That is pretty
Yeah.
good. So we're going to talk all about the Bring Your Cup program.
That's right. Bring your own cup.
Bring your own cup.
Whenever you go to the local coffee shops or even just leave your house, it's good to be prepared to have something to put your drinks in.
Okay, we're going to talk all about that. But first, what are you doing for fun these days lately?
Well, I just went on vacation, actually.
Oh, nice.
That's
But
fun.
I did travel away from the Pacific Northwest to the other side of the country,
Really?
in Vermont, where it's
Oh.
also some of the best time to go.
Vermont is gorgeous. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
from the Boston area.
Yeah.
I know Vermont well.
Yeah, and I'm from the Vermont area, so
Are
I know
you
the
really?
Boston area well.
Well played, Gena Jain. Well played. So, what'd you do?
Well, I spent a lot of time on Lake Champlain.
Oh,
I did some
beautiful.
paddle boarding,
Nice.
some sunburning.
Did you apply sunscreen?
Yes. No, it was great. Really nice. Got to see family and haven't been there in a couple of years, so it was great.
So, could you tell us maybe a couple of similarities between Washington State and Vermont and a couple of differences? I'm going to put
Okay.
you on the spot.
Well, it's very green. It's the Green Mountain State.
Yeah,
So
very bucolic, both
yeah.
areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more, deciduous trees over
Oh,
there.
that's
so
right.
losing their leaves. So you have the beautiful fall colors, like where every mountain turns.
And folks, if you haven't driven
Gorgeous.
up in the New Hampshire, Vermont area in the change of seasons, we recommend it.
Highly recommend.
We recommend that. Yeah.
Definitely been stuck behind a lot of what we call leaf peepers.
That's
I
funny.
feel like I'd be a leaf peeper.
peeper.
Yeah.
And they are everywhere.
Yeah.
With
yeah.
good cause, though. It's
Yeah, 'cause
gorgeous.
it's beautiful. Yeah. Some serious differences is, obviously it's a very small rural state, and there's kind of some similarity in depending where you are in Washington, but over here, not so much.
Yeah.
Got it.
Bigger here.
Yeah,
Just bigger.
much bigger. It's a small, teeny little state.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But that green and bucolic nature of both states, which makes perfect sense for you because you are very much in that space professionally. Right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where it all comes
It
from.
all comes from a really great environmental school in Vermont.
Yes, I went there.
Did you go there?
Yeah, Rubenstein School
Yeah,
at the
the
University of Vermont.
Oh, that it all makes sense now, everybody. It's all coming together.
Wow. We didn't even prep that, Jim. That was great.
Good job.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the Bring Your Own Cup program. Tell us about that program.
Okay, well, there's a lot to it this round. It's the second year that we've partnered with Bothell, Redmond, and Bellevue to really promote this reuse waste reduction action in the community. So trying to get people to just do this one thing, bring your cup when you go to your coffee shop, and that reduces waste. And it's a small thing you can do, but we really are encouraging it by offering prizes to people that participate. So if you bring your own cup to a partner coffee shop And there's 35 partner coffee shop locations in the 4 cities. So that's grown since last year, which is great. And you just take a cup selfie, kind of similar to the pet tag selfie, and you're entered into a weekly prize drawing for a really fun ticket drawing. This week we're giving out tickets to Snoqualmie Summit. So you can take the lift up, see all the beautiful views, hike down if you want. Next week is Mariners tickets. So
a little baseball in there.
Gosh. So it's not like keychains and stickers. That's awesome.
I mean, we also have
some weeks
reminder things.
Not that I don't love those things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and we'll be at the farmers market in Juanita on Friday, so tomorrow. And we will be giving out some keychains because one of our things is, keys, wallet, phone, cup every day.
We are actually pro keychain on this spot.
For the record. Yeah.
All right. I do have a keychain. I admit it.
So, Gena, let me unpack this a little bit. Because the first thing you said was very important to me about partners. Because one of the things that strikes me about a Bring Your Own Cup program is how the places that you bring the cup to will receive it. Like there may be a perception out there that if you bring your own cup, it's like bringing your own Diet Coke to dinner to a restaurant.
Right.
And I'm not saying I've done that every day.
It was Diet Pepsi.
We even had some coffee shop partners that, because they became partners, decided to start giving a discount.
Oh, wow.
For bringing your cup. So it's really great. It incentivizes, again, the action to do this small waste reduction thing.
Yeah.
And so, you can find out who the partner locations are at the eastsidebyoc.com website. And also more details about the program, which is really great
stuff. Okay, so now you're breaking down barriers, and there are many establishments that might not care that you bring a cup, just for the record. But I think it's really forward thinking of you in the program to make sure that everybody knows you have program participants. So that breaks down the barrier, that perceived barrier. But you're also giving economic incentives, right? So you take that photo and you can get a really cool gift, right?
Yeah. So not only are you entered into the weekly drawings for these event experiential gifts or prizes, but there's also at the end, so in September, we will be doing a drawing for a Propeller electric bike. So,
wow.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so anybody who's entered or participated during the whole summer could potentially ride away in a bike.
Awesome.
So what size cups do you bring? Is just normal size cups? I mean.
Well, so, that's definitely a question people have. And a lot of these reusable cups, if you look at the bottom, will tell you their size. So like this, like 12 ounce, 8 ounce, 20 ounce, if you're really needing that coffee.
And I'm looking at the cup. You'll have to bear with me to our listeners, but it's really nice looking.
Yeah. So we have a reusable cup that we've branded with "Bring Your Own Cup" on it, and we're giving those away tomorrow at the Friday market. But you do have to pledge to reuse, and we have a couple survey questions that will help in our data reporting for.
Oh, that's great
for the program.
So bring your own cup, obviously reducing waste. What other things are you doing these days to help folks with, waste reduction, good recycling, all that sort of jazz?
That is a wonderful question. And we are doing a lot. One of the things that we have is August 3rd, our Recycle Right event that Waste Management is hosting at the Washington Institute of Technology.
Oh, good. Yeah.
And that's from 9 to 2. And once again, we're partnered with the Furniture Repair Bank. And so the deadline to submit your applications for furniture to be upcycled and then given to people in need is Monday, the July 29th.
What a wonderful program. So how do people do that?
So you can visit our community events on our website.
Yeah.
And that's where you can find the Recycle Right event. We also are taking electronics, paper for shredding, and textiles.
Wow.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Such a great event. I've been to past ones and so helpful.
And this one is an all free event, so there's no cost to recycle any of the items.
Holy cow, that's really great.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Okay, so just to close the loop, the Bring Your Own Cup program is in the field now.
Yep.
How long does it go till?
It goes until mid-September, and so that drawing
Nice.
will be the
Okay.
third week in September for the e-bike.
Cool.
Great stuff. Okay, bring your own cup, everybody. Participate in that program. Maybe you'll win a bike. Maybe you want a keychain.
But you won't.
No. I'm just not bullish on whether or not they're going to let me do that. But I might put a thing in anyway.
Yeah. Well, we still want to see your cup selfie.
Yeah, and I appreciate
There you go.
that. Okay, last question.
What are you watching, reading, listening to?
Okay.
You know, any of those things? Okay.
You choose.
Next question. Yeah.
She's come prepared for that, too.
I know. So right now, I'm actually reading a book from the 1950s, a sci-fi book called The City and the Stars by Arthur C. Clarke.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Sci-fi.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like fiction, obviously, in
Yep.
like 500 million years into
Yeah.
the future, and how this city is like essentially run by a computer. And it's pretty cool book. I don't know.
I
I'm
want to
very
read it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, for the
excellent.
record, you had us at sci-fi.
Yep. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yep.
Well, that sounds great. Okay, I have to check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Gena, will you stick around for our pop quiz multiple choice?
Love
trivia?
to.
Awesome. One of these answers keeps me grounded, while the others simply spill the beans. Which, of course, means we just made them up, David.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, I get it. Coffee grounds, spill the beans. I see what I read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so option A, light roast beans have less caffeine than dark roast beans.
Okay.
Light roast beans, less caffeine.
Okay. Okay.
Option B, despite coffee being called a bean, it's actually a fruit seed.
Oh, a
A
seed.
fruit seed.
Okay.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Option B.
Is it a legume or is it a
Ooh.
seed? Or can legumes not be seeds?
You're entering complexity.
They are. Okay. Anyway. Okay.
Or, my friends, option C. David's coffee commitment runs so deep that he drinks multiple cups of black drip a day because he, quote, likes the taste, unquote.
I feel like I need to recuse myself from this quiz.
David, perhaps some insight as to option C in your coffee tendency.
Yes.
No, you gotta. Actually, I'm going to take that question back.
Okay. I plead the bean.
Or is it a seed?
Option, or is it a seed? Or is it a fruit seed?
A fruit seed.
So, what do we think, everybody?
It's tough.
I know, people are genuinely interested in the answer to option C,
Yeah.
but I'm going to go ahead and say the answer is B.
Yeah. Option C was a bit of a trick question,
It's a
I'll be
trick
honest.
question.
So what's missing in that is that my coffee commitment runs so deep that I drink multiple cups of decaf black drip a day
Ooh.
because I like the taste. So I don't even get the benefit of the caffeine.
Oh.
What are you doing,
I'm
David?
just committed to the bitters.
Committed
Yeah.
to the bitterness.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought you were going to
Nazi.
say, well, I'm a tea guy.
Well, that too.
That too.
We do start off our day every morning with some
some
gong
tea.
fu style tea.
Oh, boom. All right. Does that have caffeine in it?
Puer? Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, we're puer drinkers. So.
So the answer is B. But interestingly, because light roast beans are roasted for a shorter amount of time and at a lower temperature than dark roast beans, they retain more of their natural caffeine content.
Oh.
Why
about
have I
that?
been drinking
Yeah.
dark roast this whole time? Darn it, I got to switch.
I
Right?
mean, people have commented that I don't need the extra caffeine, but I definitely gravitate towards the lighter bean.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
did you know coffee beans are grown on a bush and are found in the center of a coffee cherry?
Huh.
So coffee
no.
beans are indeed actually seeds. They take about 3 to 4 years for a newly planted coffee tree to bear fruit. The coffee cherry is a bright, deep red color, actually.
Oh, super interesting.
Yeah. I wonder what the flesh of that fruit tastes like now.
So
Yeah.
bring your own cup, have a cup of coffee, and now you know a lot more
And
about the
share
coffee
some
bean.
trivia when
Share
you're at
some
the coffee
trivia.
shop.
Or have a cup of tea.
Right. Or that.
Well played, Gena.
Whatever
Well played.
you're bringing, though, bring your own cup.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And thank you so much, Gena, for being on the podcast. We always love to have you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
And don't forget to post your pet selfies for our pet photo contest.
Yes.
Hashtag Kirkland Pet Tags.
Super fun. And that does it for this week, my friends. You've been listening to This Week in Kirkland. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Special thanks to Anthony Girardi, Victor Durantes, Mike Connor, and Kate Ryan for their behind-the-scenes magic.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Our next episode is August 1st. Until then,
stay connected, Kirkland.